President赖清德, President has arrived. Please join me in welcoming His Excellency with a big round of applause. The President is accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Ling Jialong. Thank you so much for joining凱達格蘭 Forum 2026 Indo-Pacific Security Dialogue. Thank you. We'd like to also welcome all our distinguished guests here today at the 10th of the凱達格蘭 Forum 2026 Indo-Pacific Security Dialogue hosted by Taiwan Institute of Economic Research and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you so much for joining us at this wonderful occasion. Thank you and welcome. Thank you. This year is the 10th year of the凱達格蘭 Forum. This marks a very special moment, and we sincerely thank President Lai for joining us, and also Dr. Lin, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, also accompanying the President. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. I'd like to also once again express our sincere welcome to all our guests, distinguished guests here today. Thank you so much for being here. Now, the forum has become one of the Indo-Pacific region's leading platforms for dialogue on security, democratic resilience, and international cooperation. We thank all our guests for joining us at the 10th year of the forum. Thank you. Thank you so much. President Lai and Minister Lin, you're welcome, and please take a seat. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the凱達格蘭 Forum 2026 Indo-Pacific Security Dialogue, hosted by Taiwan Institute of Economic Research and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, to begin, let's first take a look at the historical journey of the凱達格蘭 Forum. This forum has now become one of Indo-Pacific region's leading platform for dialogue on security, democratic resilience, and international cooperation. Over the years, leaders, parliamentarians, and policymakers, scholars, and experts from around the world have jointly participated in this forum to reaffirm our shared commitment to peace, freedom, and rules-based international order. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in enjoying our opening video to Year 10 and Beyond.
统治国家的权利属于人民团体，不是个人，不是政党。
Taiwan shines as a resilient beacon of freedom. May this year's forum continue to unite global forces for a peaceful, stable, and prosperous Indo-Pacific.
Every democracy should be friends with Taiwan, and Taiwan absolutely should have a seat at the table at the United Nations. A strong Taiwan makes a strong United States.
We are standing as one with the people of Taiwan on their desire to be free, to embrace liberty, democracy, and stability.
Here's to many more years of this excellent and unique forum that encourages important conversations and fosters diplomacy.
Congratulate you to your fight for democratic values, just like we in Slovakia, and wish you also great success in this fight.
We wish this forum every success and hope that it will continue to unite international forces of goodwill, work hand in hand with Taiwan to deepen democratic partnerships and jointly safeguard peace stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region.
Thank you, Taiwan. Thank you for your bravery and for standing up for freedom in a very difficult and dangerous part of the world. You will have our support, and let us stand up for freedom together.
A round of applause for all who have been part of this journey, and to everyone who is here today with us. Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Lin Jialong, to deliver his introductory remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Minister Lin. Welcome.
President赖清德, Dr. Lin Xingwu, Vice President of the Taiwan Institute of Economic Research, the Honorable Russell Dlamini, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, the Honorable Michael McCall, Chairman Emeritus of the U.S. House Committee on Foreign Affairs, and the Honorable Sanna Marin, former Prime Minister of Finland, the Honorable Chrystia Freeland, former Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, the Honorable Gen Nakatani, co-chair of the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China, and Mr. Luke Dapourfort, Executive Director of IPAC, and distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the凯達格蘭 Forum. I extend a sincere appreciation to President Lai for joining us today for the opening ceremony of the凯達格蘭 Forum. And I warmly welcome all our friends from around the world. I also wish to thank everyone whose hard work and dedication has made this event possible. This year, we mark the 10th edition of the Forum and the 30th anniversary of direct presidential election in Taiwan. It has also been 39 years since martial law was lifted. This now surpasses the 38-year period of martial law itself. From the end of martial law in 1987 to the first presidential election to today, Taiwan's democracy has developed steadily. We have witnessed 3 peaceful changes of governing parties, and our democratic path has been forged step by step by the people. Along the way, Taiwan has deepened resilience and democracy while embracing the world. These milestones remind us that Taiwan's democratic journey has not only altered Taiwan, but continues to bring inspiration to the Indo-Pacific region and the global community as a whole. As President Lai noted in his speech for the Copenhagen Democracy Summit 2026, democracy is one of the values that link Taiwan to the world, and it's Taiwan's most precious asset. This highlights the core significance of today's forum, namely that democratic Taiwan is not Taiwan, China. Our democracy is not only our chosen form of government, it's the foundation upon which we build trust, deepen cooperation, and jointly maintain regional peace and stability with like-minded countries. Over the past 9 years, the Forum has welcomed 148 international guests from 30 countries who have delivered speeches or participated in discussions. They have included former US Vice President Richard Cheney, former Japanese Prime Minister Taro Aso, and former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Today, all of you are witnessing, just as they witnessed, Taiwan's steadfast alignment with the democratic camp. Taiwan remains committed to maintaining close trade peace and stability and to cooperating with allies and partners to achieve co-prosperity. And you might wonder why this platform is called the凯达格兰Forum. 凯达格兰 is the name of the indigenous people who originally lived in the Taipei Basin. Now, the 凯达格兰 Boulevard is the main road leading to Taiwan's Presidential Office Building and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Presidential Office Building represents democratic governance, while the Ministry of Foreign Affairs symbolizes Taiwan's connection to the world. As the 凯达格兰 Forum enters its 10th year, in addition to reflecting on the past, we must also look to the future and consider Indo-Pacific security over the next decade. Since the founding of the Forum, its focus has expanded from the Asia-Pacific to the Indo-Pacific, highlighting shifts in regional security landscape. At the first forum in 2017, we examined Asia-Pacific geostrategy and traditional maritime security. But in recent years, security challenges have fundamentally changed. Now, in 2026, we have pivoted in regional collective defense in the Indo-Pacific and countering hybrid warfare, such as gray zone intrusions. Today's security challenges are no longer limited to conventional military conflict. Gradually, gray zone activity and hybrid warfare have gained new momentum, penetrating every aspect of international politics and national governance and people's lives. Authoritarian China continues to threaten democratic Taiwan and the Indo-Pacific region, but this has evolved from traditional geopolitical and military expansionism to two new types of hybrid aggression. In the past, China employed legal tactics such as the so-called anti-succession law and military exercise and intimidation, attempting to undermine Taiwan's national sovereignty and democracy. Now, China has extended its reach to impose a unified national identity and ideological governance. It uses transnational repression against individuals, creating a chilling effect and attempting to limit freedom of speech in overseas community and democratic societies. The most recent development deserving international attention is China's enactment on July 1st of the law on promoting ethnic unity and progress. It provides a legal pretext for authoritarian China to export red terror and engage in international and transnational separation. Among other things, it grants China's law enforcement agencies room for arbitrary interpretation, and the scope of its threat is not limited to Taiwan. Any organization or individual from any country could be targeted if their words or actions are deemed unacceptable by China. Since the law's implementation, a number of concerning cases have already come to light. This underscores how recent Chinese legislation supposedly aimed at national security or ethnicity, in fact, infringes on the sovereignty and rule of law of nations everywhere. It's also clear challenge to freedom of speech, human rights, and the international order. On this meaningful occasion, we call on the global democratic community to jointly counter malicious legislation that attempts to place domestic law above international law. We must not allow authoritarian regime to erode human rights and national sovereignty worldwide. We must build a stronger lines of defense to ensure that no form of coercion can destroy our free will. Taiwan stands on the front line, countering authoritarian expansionism and new threats from China daily. Taiwan has therefore adjusted its approach, employing a more flexible and comprehensive diplomatic strategy to address these long-term challenges. Over the last 2 years, Taiwan has advanced President Lai's value-based diplomacy, and through the policy of integrated diplomacy, we are working closely with partners in such domains as security, the economy, technology, and democratic values to achieve a value-added diplomacy. We have fostered cooperation with like-minded countries, including the United States, Japan, and members of the European Union. We are willing to share Taiwan's expertise in countering China's authoritarian expansionism with our allies and partners. And now, I would like to introduce two special guests, IPAC co-chair Nakatani and IPAC executive director Dr. Pufort. I extend profound appreciation to them, both for supporting Taiwan's staunch defense of democracy. I also thank them for taking concrete action when faced with major issues regarding China. They continue to speak up for justice and unite the democratic camp against authoritarianism. Today, IPAC has stepped forward again, issuing a statement strongly condemning China's law on promoting ethnic unity and progress. I sincerely hope that this righteous act draws worldwide attention and ignites a global response. I thank the two IPAC representatives again for their participation and contributions. In closing, I wish this forum every success and look forward to hearing your insights. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the remarks. Minister Lin, please return to your seat. Thank you. And next, we're honored to hear from the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China. I'd like to invite IPAC Japan co-chair, the Honorable Representative Gen Nakatani, to deliver his remarks in Japanese, and English translation will be shown on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming IPAC co-chair Nakatani to the stage. Welcome, please. Once again, welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, President Lai Setok and Lin Foreign Minister and everyone invited this section. I'm Gen Nakatani, Defense Minister of Japan. 本日は竹ガランフォーラムにお招きをいただきましたこと、心より感謝申し上げます。私たちは今、深刻な脅威に接しながらも、この台北に集い、普遍的な価値を守り抜く手立てを尽くそうといたしております。越境弾圧という言葉が、ようやく国際社会において用いられるようになりました。しかし、実は決して新しい現象ではありません。ふるさとを追われながらも、なお、ふるさとのため、そして普遍的な価値のために戦い続けてこられた多くの方々が、 長年にわたって経験してこられた痛みであり、その脅威は近年、いよいよ深まっております。2年前、私は IPEC の台北サミットに出席をするために、この町を訪れました。あの時も越境弾圧は重大な課題であり、そして私たち IPAC とその加盟議員は、この問題を人権上の一課題から国家安全保障の中核へ押し上げてまいりました。外国からの干渉に対処するための法的枠組み、また対象を絞ったこの制裁措置、そして渡航警告など、今も各国が連携しつつ、可能な対抗策に取り組んでおります。しかしながら、脅威は衰えることなく、中国政府の手によって法律という形を与えられるに至ってしまいました。先行に施行された民族団結法、これは少数民族への同化政策と迫害強化が懸念をされると同時に、とりわけその域外適用、これがもたらす主権の侵害について、私は極めて強い憂慮を抱いております。ほんの数週間前、まさにこの台湾で、日本のジャーナリストであります矢板昭夫氏が講演を終えた直後に襲撃をされました。捜査は現在も継続をしておりますが、私は断定的なことを申し上げるつもりはありません。ただ一つ申し上げるならば、中国の民族団結法が施行された、これはその5日前のことでありました。この法律は第63条において、中国の域外にある組織及び個人に対しても責任を追及するということが定められております。すなわち中国政府は東京で語られること、台湾で語られること、そしてこの会場で語られることについてまで刑事管轄権を主張しているのであります。今回のフォーラムでは、越境弾圧が重要な議題となると思いますが、これを個別の犯罪として片付けてはなりません。また、一時的な安全保障上の行き過ぎと見過ごしてはなりません。中国政府は、国内における統制と海外における影響力工作との間で構造的な区別、これを設けておりません。越境弾圧のみを切り離し、警察の所管する事案として処理をしようとすれば必ず行き詰まります。外国からの干渉、経済的な威圧、サイバー攻撃、これらは相互に無関係な事象ではなくて、包括的な戦略に基づく組織化された一体の行動として捉えなければなりません。私は防衛大臣を務めてまいりましたが、領空を侵犯をされれば、レーダーがこれを捉えて、直ちに戦闘機が緊急発進をいたします。しかし、自国の領土に立つ国民が外国を恐れて物を言えなくなったときに、実際になる警報はどこにもありません。それでもなお我が国を守るべき大切な国家の主権と、そして国民の人権、これが明らかに侵害をされているのであります。このような目に見えないままの積み重ねていかれるのが、この越境弾圧でありまして、これを治安問題にとどまらず、国防の問題として捉えて、今こそ真剣に解決の手立てを打つ必要があります。私はまた、 内閣総理大臣補佐官としまして、国際人権問題を担当してまいりました。国内外における他国の方々の人権、そして外国における日本国民の人権を守るということは、政治家の職務であります。中国の反スパイ活動、そして反スパイ法が施行されて以降、少なくとも17人の日本人が拘束をされ、そして昨年には両国の経済関係を築くことに人生を燃やし続けてこられた50代、そして60代の会社員に懲役3年6ヶ月の判決が下されております。彼が何をしたかというのは、本人にも家族にも、そして日本政府にも今日に至るまで明らかにされておりません。罪状を明らかにすることを必要がないのであれば、誰であっても捉えられることができる、そういう状況が放置をされているわけでございます。そして日本国内に目を向ければ、ウイグル、チベット、香港などから渡ってこられた方々が集会に参加すれば写真を撮られ、そして故郷に残した家族を通じて圧力を加えられております。私は議員としてそうした声を幾度となく聞いてまいりました。アジアの民主化を志す人々が集う日に、私はそういう日本を誇りに思っております。逃げてこられた方々が日本の地に立つ限りは、恐れることなく声を上げられ、そうした国になければなりません。中国共産党による越境弾圧に対抗するには、認識の転換が必要です。単なる個別の行き過ぎた警察活動と捉えるのではなくて、越境弾圧は対外的な影響力行使の一環として組み込まれたものであるという認識に立たなくてはなりません。その上で、情報共有、外交的な可視化、経済対抗措置、そして国境を越えた保護ネットワークを包摂する統合的な対抗戦略を確立をする必要があります。そして台湾は、この脅威に最も強くさらされながら、最も強靭な意志と能力で力強く国際社会の一員として存在をし、大きな貢献を果たし続けてこられています。日本は最も大きな友情を交わし合う隣国として、これからも台湾と共に歩んでまいります。共に自由と繁栄を謳歌する未来を築くために、このフォーラムが実り多いものとなることを記念をいたしまして、私の挨拶とさせていただきます。どうもご清聴ありがとうございました。皆さん頑張りましょう。Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Co-Chair Nagatani. Please remain on the stage. And now it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Luc de Pulford, the Executive Director of IPAC, to introduce the statement of IPAC. Welcome.
Good morning. It's a great honor to be among friends and to be able to present this statement to President Lai on behalf of the 320 lawmaker members of the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China. IPAC is proud to comprise members who are leading the charge worldwide against transnational repression. This statement, negotiated by our network, expresses our rock-solid opposition to transnational repression, and especially the deeply troubling new ethnic unity law. We present it today as a symbol of our common struggle against authoritarian oppression and in solidarity with the Taiwanese people.
Thank you. And now I'd like to invite both representatives of IPAC to join us in front of the stage. Thank you. And at the same time, I'd like to invite His Excellency President赖清德and Foreign Minister Lin Jialong to join us on the stage. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the presentation ceremony of the IPAC statement. I would now like to invite Mr. De Pulford to present the IPAC statement to President Lai. Please hold the statement and look forward into the camera. 我们看向前方摄影镜头 Let's capture this moment. 1, 2, 3. 我们持续看向正前方镜头。好，我们前方摄影师请蹲低 ，and the last one, please look into the back. We have more friends from the media. 我们看向后方媒体高台。1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. 好，这边我们请赖总统先留步在舞台上。We kindly ask our 3 distinguished guests to return to your seat with President Lai remaining on the stage. Thank you very much. And at this moment, it's our great honor to invite His Excellency President赖清德to address the opening ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming His Excellency President Lai.
Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Russell Dlamini, U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee, Chairman Emeritus Michael McCall, former Prime Minister of Finland, Sanna Marin, former Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, Chrystia Freeland, IPAC co-chair of Japan, Nakatani Jen, IPAC Executive Director Luke De Pulford, Minister of Foreign Affairs Lin Jialong, Taiwan Institute of Economic Research Vice President Lin Xingwu, distinguished guests, good morning.
Good morning.
I sincerely welcome our overseas friends to Taiwan. This year marks the 10th凯达格兰Forum. In many cultures, the number 10 represents fullness and renewal. So thank you for making the long trip here to be with us for this special milestone. I would also like to thank all the participants and organizers. Since 2017, when the forum was established, we have lived through a changing international landscape. We have also overcome the challenges of the pandemic when we adopted an online format. But no matter the distance, no matter the challenges, we work close together because of our shared values and beliefs. Last month, China implemented the Ethnic Unity and Progress Promotion Law, ignoring international opposition. IPAC immediately released a statement on the law, condemning it as a flagrant breach of basic fundamental rights. I would like to thank IPAC co-chair Nakatani, Executive Director of the Pulford, and all the rest of IPAC for reaffirming that position by their participation today. I'm honored to represent the people of Taiwan in expressing our sincere gratitude and support for IPAC's statement, and we will stand firmly together with you to defend global democracy and the rule of law. I want to emphasize that China's ethnic unity law infringes upon Taiwan's sovereignty and persecutes religions and minority groups. But it goes beyond that. By using forms of transnational repression, it imposes political censorship in all parts of the world, creating a chilling effect. The entire international community should come together and staunchly oppose this malicious law. As the CCP's authoritarianism continues to expand, red terror is also spreading into every corner of the world. In this context, this year's forum focuses on global democratic resilience, collective responses to gradual aggression, and building long-range supply chains. This reflects Taiwan's global positioning and the international responsibilities we hope to shoulder. So, as the forum enters a new milestone, I want to tell the world that Taiwan will not waver from its path. First, we will safeguard the values of freedom and democracy. 30 years ago, the people of Taiwan bravely went to the polls, undaunted by China's missile threats. With our first direct presidential election, voters announced to the world that Taiwan is a democratic country and that the country's future will be decided by the people of Taiwan. Our democratic success has earned international recognition, and we will not reverse course. Against the threats from China's ethnic unity law, Taiwan's position is clear. We will not accept united front infiltration or raid terror. We will not stand by while China tries to extend its reach into Taiwan or any other free nation or region. We will build stronger systems to prevent, counter, and protect against these threats. We will also deepen our cooperation with friends and allies. Together, we will defend free speech, boost defense and resilience around the world, and uphold the rules-based international order. Second, we will maintain regional peace and stability. Recently, the G7 leaders' statement and a report from the European Parliament both reaffirmed their support for peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. They also expressed opposition to any unilateral attempts to change the status quo across the strait. We thank our international partners for their strong focus on peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, and we will respond with action based on the principles of collective defense and shared responsibility. We will continue to upgrade our national defense and build whole of society defense and resilience by extending global cooperation. We will unite our own strengths to secure peace and stability across the Indo-Pacific. Third, we will foster global prosperity and development. As the world enters an era of smart technology, Taiwan is promoting AI applications in all sectors. We are also putting focus on three key technologies: silicon photonics, quantum computing, and robotics. Taiwan will be more than a hub for AI infrastructure. Moving forward, we will continue to lead tech development worldwide. We will also leverage our expertise in AI, semiconductors, and ICT to connect with democratic partners. Together, we will deepen our industry and trade ties and build long-range supply chains. This will make our economies more resilient and our nations more secure and prosperous. Taiwan is a beacon of freedom and democracy. We are also a cornerstone of peace in the Indo-Pacific, even in the face of authoritarian threats and emerging global challenges. We will stand firm. We will make sure that this beacon of democracy continues to shine and that the foundation of our freedom stays strong. Your support is key in powering Taiwan forward. Thank you for taking action for democracy, peace, and prosperity. Let's continue ahead, side by side, to protect our common values and achieve our shared goals. Thank you again. And I wish this forum great success. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, President Lai, for addressing the opening ceremony. Due to the scheduling consideration, President will now depart from the forum. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again for a round of applause with our appreciation to His Excellency President赖清德for joining us this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the 10th edition of凱達格蘭Forum 2026 Indo-Pacific Security Dialogue. Many thanks to President Lai and all our distinguished guests for gracing the opening ceremony of the forum. Thank you. Now, I'd like to once again thank all of you for your continued contribution to the forum. And ladies and gentlemen, we will officially begin the forum agenda in about 10 minutes at 9:50 a.m. But we would like to invite you to please remain seated during this time. If you need to step out, please be sure to return to your seat by 9:50. Thank you very much. We'll begin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, our first panel is about to begin shortly. I'd like to invite you all to please return to your seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the forum will resume in 1 minute. I'd like to invite you to please return to your seat and silence your mobile devices. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our forum is about to begin. I'd like to once again invite you all to please return to your seat. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we now officially begin the forum. We're honored to feature two distinguished keynote speakers in this session. Our first keynote speaker is His Excellency Rosso Dlamini, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini. And our second keynote speaker is Representative Michael McCall, the Chairman Emeritus of the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee. To begin this session, may I invite our host, Ambassador François Wu Zhizhong, to the stage to introduce. So I'd like to invite all our guests to invite the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs to the stage, while once again invite everyone to please return to your seat. Once again, please return to your seats as we begin the forum. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador François Wu Zhizhong, to introduce the keynote speakers. Welcome. Please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, 各位女士、先生，大家早安 ，Good morning.
Morning.
On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it is my pleasure to begin the first session of the forum by introducing two esteemed keynote speakers: the Honorable Russo Draghi, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, and the Honorable Michael McCall, Chairman Emeritus of the House Foreign Affairs Committee of the United States. Our speakers represent two of Taiwan's most important international partners. 这两位讲者是我们他们代表是我们台湾最重要的支持我们的两个国家。Eswatini is a steadfast ally of Taiwan in Africa. This year marks the 58th anniversary of diplomatic ties. As President赖清德had said, our relationship is Latin and ever new. His Majesty King Mswati III put it well when he said that our bond is built on mutual respect and effective cooperation. Taiwan and Eswatini are united by a determination to maintain peace and stability in our regions and preserve the international order. We know that by working together, we can resist external threats, overcome economic coercion, build no-rate supply chains, and enhance the well-being of both our peoples. As the head of Eswatini's government, Prime Minister Dlamini is a gifted politician who shares our vision for international security, prosperity, and progress. He is not only widely recognized for his dedication and leadership, but has also been a resolute supporter of Taiwan's international participation. Speaking up for Taiwan at the UN General Assembly and at the Conference of the Parties of the UNFCCC, Prime Minister Dlamini's presence at today's forum demonstrates Eswatini's resolve to navigate the shifting global landscape together with Taiwan. His visit further solidifies the bonds between our countries and will no doubt lead to deeper cooperation. Our second speaker hails from the United States, which is a very, very close partner of Taiwan. The relationship between our countries is crucial to the preservation of peace and prosperity in the region. With the support of the United States, Taiwan is implementing its 4-pillar of peace action plan to strengthen security and uphold the regional status quo. As trusted democratic partners, Taiwan and the United States are working together to build resilient global supply chains, stimulate industrial development, and push the boundaries in frontier fields like AI and quantum computing. Chairman Emeritus McCall has been a pivotal figure in the Taiwan-US relationship. In his over 20 years of distinguished service in Congress, Chairman McCall has been a leader supporter of ties with Taiwan. His work has built a foundation that continues to underpin the stable development of the Taiwan-U.S. partnership. Chairman Michael has demonstrated great leadership in promoting Indo-Pacific security. He has long advocated peace through strength. Beyond upholding the Taiwan Relations Act, he established the Tiger Task Force to address and delivery delays, enhance deterrence, and maintain regional stability. Before ending, I want to say a word about China, especially the Chinese government. The Chinese government, of course, is now the origin of a lot of problems in the region. I just have make a trip in Africa. My feeling is that working with the Chinese government is just taking a drug. You can have instant pleasure, but in the long term, it's very, very bad for your body. But if you work with Taiwan, it's just like you take the vitamin that you need. You need the vitamin A, you need the vitamin B, you need the vitamin C, and then you take it. But of course, you will not have instant pleasure. But in the long term, it's very good for your body. So, with your support, thank you. With your support, with the support of leaders like Chairman Michael and Prime Minister Dlamini, Taiwan is better able to achieve its strategic goals and the world stage and jointly contribute to global peace and prosperity. So, please join me in giving a warm welcome to His Excellency Prime Minister Dlamini and Chairman Emeritus Michael. 谢谢你们，谢谢大家，让我们欢迎他们。
Thank you, Deputy Minister Wu. Please return to your seat. And now it's my great pleasure to invite His Excellency Russell Dlamini, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, to deliver the first keynote speech. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, His Excellency Russell Dlamini, to the stage. Your Excellency, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Your Excellency, Dr. Lai Ching-te, President of the Republic of China and Taiwan, Your Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of China and Taiwan, Minister Lin, Ambassador Wu, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Excellencies, former heads of state and government, Honorable Michael McCall, U.S. Representative and Chairman Emeritus of the U.S. House of Foreign Affairs Committee, Honorable Chrystia Freeland, former Deputy Minister of Canada, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, allow me at the outset to convey the warm greetings and good wishes of His Majesty King Mswati III, together with those of the government and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini. It is a profound honor to address this distinguished forum, which has established itself as an influential platform for thoughtful reflection on the defining issues of our time and the future of the international community. I wish to express my deepest appreciation to His Excellency President Lai, the government and the people of the Republic of China on Taiwan for the generous hospitality extended to our delegation. Every visit to this remarkable nation serves to reaffirm a friendship that has endured for more than half a century, a friendship not measured by the passage of time, but by the depth of mutual trust, shared values, and solidarity. Our relationship has endured changing geopolitical landscapes because it has never rested upon convenience or expediency. It has been sustained by mutual respect, common purpose, and the shared belief that international partnerships must ultimately improve the lives of our people. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, history occasionally presents moments that compel humanity to reconsider long-held assumptions. We are living through one of those moments. The international order is undergoing one of the most consequential transformations since the conclusion of the Cold War. Strategic competition among major powers is reshaping geopolitical alignments. Technological innovation is transforming economies, societies, and governance at a pace previously unimaginable. Climate change continues to test our collective resilience. Armed conflicts persist across several regions, exacting an unacceptable human cost while disrupting global trade, investment, and supply chains. Economic uncertainty has become a defining characteristic of our age. In such a world, no nation, however powerful, can prosper in isolation, nor can any nation, however small, be regarded as insignificant. These realities call not for narrow interest, but for broader cooperation, not for fragmentation, but for renewed solidarity. For many African nations, economic vulnerability is not a recent phenomenon. Our economies have long been shaped by forces extending beyond our borders. Yet adversity has also strengthened our resolve, deepened our resilience, and reinforced our determination to pursue sustainable and inclusive development. For the Kingdom of Eswatini, security cannot be defined solely by military capability. Food security is national security. Energy security is national security. Water security is national security. Health security is national security. Cyber security is national security. Economic resilience is national security. The challenges confronting humanity are interconnected. Our partnerships must therefore be equally interconnected, comprehensive, and forward-looking. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, throughout history, smaller nations have too often been regarded as spectators in global affairs. The Kingdom of Eswatini respectfully rejects that notion. The Charter of the United Nations affirms the sovereign equality of all member states. That principle is neither symbolic nor aspirational. It is foundational. The legitimacy of the international system derives not from the influence of the powerful, but from the equal dignity of every sovereign nation. No state is too small to contribute. No nation is too insignificant to matter. No people are too distant to deserve peace, prosperity, and justice. It follows that respect for sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence, and the principle of non-interference in the international affairs of states must remain the enduring pillars upon which international peace and stability rest. Equally indispensable is our collective commitment to resolving disputes through dialogue, diplomacy, and faithful adherence to international law. These principles are not obstacles to progress, they are its guarantors. The Kingdom of Eswatini remains resolute in its commitment to them. Ladies and gentlemen, as technological progress accelerates, humanity faces profound questions concerning governance, jurisdiction, and accountability. Technology should expand opportunity, not diminish freedom. Innovation should unite humanity, not deepen division. Artificial intelligence must remain a servant of humanity and never become its master. Digital transformation should bridge societies rather than widen existing inequalities. And domestic legislation, regardless of its origin, should never undermine the sovereignty of other states or weaken the principles that underpin international law. Our challenge is therefore not simple to regulate emerging technologies. Our greater responsibility is to ensure that technological advancements remain firmly anchored in values, ethics, human dignity, transparency, accountability, and respect for universally accepted international norms. This is precisely why the Kingdom of Eswatini continues to advocate internationally for human-centered, inclusive, and legally accountable governance of artificial intelligence. Innovation without humanity ultimately diminishes humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kingdom of Eswatini believes that democracy cannot be exported, neither can peace nor stability. Every nation must determine its own constitutional evolution in accordance with its history, culture, traditions, and the freely expressed aspirations of its people. The role of the international community is not to prescribe identical political models. Rather, it is to create conditions in which dialogue flourishes, institutions mature, development is inclusive, and peace becomes sustainable. History consistently teaches one enduring lesson: peace imposed seldom endures. Peace embraced endures for generations. It is born through dialogue. It is sustained through respect. It flourishes through partnership, and it endures through trust. Africa is increasingly becoming one of the defining frontiers of global opportunity. Our continent possesses the world's youngest population. It holds extraordinary agricultural potential capable of strengthening global food security. It possesses the critical minerals essential to the industries of the future. Its digital economy is expanding with remarkable dynamism. Yet Africa's greatest asset is neither beneath its soil nor upon its land. It is the ingenuity, the resilience, and aspirations of its people. The choices we make today in education, science, innovation, entrepreneurship, skills development, and digital transformation will determine whether Africa remains principally an exporter of raw materials or emerges as a leading contributor to the global knowledge economy. This is why partnerships that promote industrialization, technology transfer, research collaboration, and human capital development are indispensable. The Republic of China and Taiwan has consistently demonstrated the transformative value of such partnerships. Across healthcare, agriculture, education, vocational training, digital innovation, industrial development, and private enterprise, Taiwan has remained a trusted and dependable partner of the Kingdom of Eswatini. For this enduring friendship, Eswatini is grateful. The institutions established after the Second World War have served humanity well, but they must continue to evolve if they are to retain their legitimacy in the 21st century. Africa deserves equitable representation within the institutions responsible for maintaining international peace and security. Our continent cannot remain underrepresented in decisions that profoundly shape its future. Accordingly, the Kingdom of Eswatini reaffirms its support for the African Common Position as articulated in the Zulini Consensus and the seated declaration concerning comprehensive reform of the United Nations Security Council. Inclusive global governance is not a concession. It is a prerequisite for an effective, credible, and legitimate multilateral system. Ladies and gentlemen, history will not judge our generation by the challenges we inherited. It will judge us by the courage with which we confronted them. The future belongs to those who choose cooperation over confrontation, dialogue over division, innovation over isolation, and hope over fear. Let us therefore leave this forum resolved to build a world governed by law rather than uncertainty, cooperation rather than coercion, and by peaceful cohesion rather than conflict. The enduring friendship between the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of China and Taiwan stands as a living testimony to what nations can accomplish when relationships are founded upon trust, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to human progress. For this reason, Eswatini will continue to stand firmly and consistently for Taiwan's meaningful inclusion in global governance and international discourse, recognizing the proven expertise, innovation, and constructive contribution Taiwan brings to the advancement of humanity. As we look to the future, let us continue building societies that are peaceful, prosperous, resilient, and innovative. Let us reaffirm our collective commitment to international law, to the peaceful settlement of disputes, to respect for sovereignty, and to the equal dignity of every nation, irrespective of its size or circumstance. On behalf of His Majesty King Mswati III, the government and the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini, I once again express our profound appreciation to the government and the people of the Republic of China and Taiwan for their friendship and generous hospitality. May the bonds between our nations continue to flourish, deepen, and inspire future generations. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency Prime Minister Dlamini, for insightful remarks. Thank you very much. Please return to your seat. Thank you. And next, it is our privilege to hear from our second keynote speaker. Please welcome Representative Michael McCall, the Chairman Emeritus of the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee, to deliver his address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Representative McCall. Welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you. And thank you, Prime Minister, for those powerful remarks. I also want to thank the Forum for inviting me this year, the distinguished guests, and the resilient people of Taiwan. Let me first say, wo ai Taiwan. I love Taiwan. I stand before you today not as a Republican or a Democrat, but as a proud American in strong support of this beautiful island and the friendship between our peoples. Taiwan is proof that democracy does work. When I gifted President Lai previously a Texas cowboy hat, as I'm from Texas, I was reminded of the strong values which bind us together. Cowboys symbolize freedom and resilience, and time will show that the cowboy of the West will always prevail against the authoritarian dragon of the East. The United States Congress is the largest bipartisan supporter of Taiwan in the world, and it always has been. Since 1979, our Congress enshrined the Taiwan Relations Act into U.S. law. The Chinese Communist Party would love nothing more than to undermine our partnership and alter U.S. policy toward Taiwan. But on behalf of the United States Congress, I can report to you here today that the policy we mandated in the Taiwan Relations Act remains alive and well. Alive and well to promote a free and democratic Taiwan. First, the law requires the United States to provide Taiwan arms of a defensive character. We are making good on that progress. Last December, Congress signed off on $11 billion in a foreign military sales package directed to Taiwan, the largest in history. And we're not stopping there. I'm confident the President will forward another package to the Congress soon with an additional $14 billion in critical military defense articles. At the same time, I look forward to seeing Taiwan pass its annual defense budget. It is critical that Taiwan pass this budget to advance funding for its domestic drone production. Passing this bill will reiterate Taiwan's commitment to its own self-defense and signal a great leap of faith in Washington. Second, the law requires the United States to maintain the capacity to resist any force or coercion against the people of Taiwan. We must ensure that we have a strong, undeniable posture in the Indo-Pacific. That's why I've consistently worked with Japan, and I'm glad to see the Minister of Defense here today, with South Korea and the Philippines, to ensure our allies have what they need to fend off aggression. Additionally, under my chairmanship, I spearheaded efforts to strengthen the AUKUS partnership between Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, which serves as a permanent beachhead in this region. This alliance keeps Chairman Xi up at night because it establishes the critical deterrence measures necessary to maintain global order. The United States does not seek conflict, neither does Taiwan. But as Ronald Reagan taught us, only through strength can we provide the deterrence necessary to secure peace in this region and around the globe. Third, the Taiwan Relations Act explicitly states that our diplomatic relationship with China depends entirely on Taiwan's future being determined by peaceful means. Let me be clear, that is still the case today. For as Ronald Reagan stated many years ago, pointed out, quote, the United States does not consult with the PRC on its arms sales to Taiwan. And that still is the policy of the United States today. While the U.S. pursues strategies to stabilize its relationship with China, we are still clear-eyed about the CCP's threat and their end game. The Taiwan Relations Act was designed to preserve peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits, and it has done so for decades. But the increasing belligerence of the Chinese Communist Party poses a direct threat not only to Taiwan, but to the entire global balance of power. I experienced their intimidation tactics firsthand during my time as chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. On my first visit to Taiwan, I was greeted by 11 Chinese battleships encircling the island nation, including an aircraft carrier, as well as 70 CCP aircraft which violated your airspace. As a result of my visit, I was sanctioned by the CCP. As far as I'm concerned, that is a badge of honor. These intimidation tactics did not work then, and they will not work now. I returned to Taiwan when President Lai was elected, and I was again met with an armada of Chinese naval ships and airplanes encircling the island. And I will never forget when my colleagues and I were flying over the South China Sea, and China accused us by radio transmitter on the airplane that we were violating their sovereign territories, even though we were in international waters. Make no mistake, the CCP is testing its capabilities and Taiwan's vulnerabilities in preparation for a potential invasion. But their aggression only strengthened my resolve and Taiwan's resolve. In 2024, I fought hard to pass the Emergency Wartime Supplemental Bill, which secured more than $8 billion for our allies and partners across the Indo-Pacific, including Taiwan. As the CCP escalates its military activities around Taiwan and increases their belligerence in the South China Sea, particularly against our allies in the Philippines, it is critical that we respond with unity in the Indo-Pacific region. The CCP's actions are not isolated incidents. They are part of a broader, deliberate strategy to assert dominance in the region, challenging international norms and threatening the sovereignty of neighboring countries. But I believe their malign agenda has backfired. Just this week, Taiwan will be hosting their annual Huanquang military exercises. And I'm proud to say that Taiwan has the highest level of defense readiness and capabilities that I've seen in my 22 years in Congress. China's unchecked aggression towards Japan, the Philippines, and others has awakened the free world. Now these countries are coming together to support one another like never before. Taiwan plays a vital role in that effort, whether it's through your advancement in the AI arms race or outpacing China in its GDP growth. And that's why I wanted to personally congratulate you for pursuing your special defense budget. We must fund and pursue all possible avenues to bolster your defense and resiliency. One critical component of that is cybersecurity, which is just as important as missiles and drones in this age of modern warfare. The lessons from Ukraine are indicative of this. I just came back from the region just recently, and I hope to see the U.S.-Taiwan partnership involved in drone co-production and technology. And the development of U.S.-Taiwan drone sector will create truly a hornet's nest in defense of Taiwan. Our ultimate goal must be deterrence, which leads to peace. The United States stands with you in pursuit of a peaceful, free, and democratic Taiwan. Just recently, the Congress provided up to $1 billion for the Taiwan Security Cooperation Initiative in our National Defense Bill, which allows for a drawdown of U.S. and allied weapons stockpiles directly for Taiwan. Our commitment to ensuring your security from an increasingly aggressive CCP is stronger today than it has ever been. But our partnership goes far beyond defense alone. When it comes to economic ties, our relationship is strong and beneficial to complement our diplomatic and national security ties. And that is exactly why I have championed and strongly supported the Taiwan Double Taxation Relief Bill. I'm confident that our trade relationship with China should never endanger our support for Taiwan. I'm also proud that my CHIPS Act has strengthened our partnership in the technology industry and cemented our shared economic future. Taiwan is our fourth largest trading partner and has made significant investments in the United States, especially in my home state of Texas. It is evident that the U.S.-Taiwan partnership has entered into a new golden age. TSMC stands as a global titan, and through the tax incentives in my bill, they have been able to expand their cutting-edge operations in the United States, strengthening our alliance. During the Korean War in 1950, General Douglas MacArthur famously called Taiwan a, quote, unsinkable aircraft carrier. That is still true today. Taiwan stands as an enduring pillar of freedom to check and to stop the spread of the Chinese Communist Party's malign influence across Asia. As President Lai recently stated, quote, the Republic of China is not subordinate to the People's Republic of China. The CCP attempts to force unification. Its attempts to do so will never succeed because historically, the PRC has never controlled Taiwan. We must not allow the Chinese Communist Party to upend the global balance of power. We are engaged in a generational fight, a competition for the very soul of the free world, and we cannot afford to lose. So to the people of Taiwan, know that you will always have a steadfast partner in the United States of America. And let us continue to stand shoulder to shoulder, unwavering in our defense of freedom. And let us secure a free and democratic future where peace through strength prevails. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Representative McCall, for your powerful remarks. Thank you. Now, I'd like to once again thank both our keynote speakers and our host for this session, and we will now take a short break. Our next session, the panel discussion 1, will begin at 10:30. I'd like to remind our guests to please join us back 1 or 2 minutes before. Sorry, we will begin at 10:35. So please join us back in the hall 1 or 2 minutes before we begin. And we right now have some refreshments and beverages just outside the hall. You're welcome to enjoy and continue to connect. Please keep your valuables with you at all times, and we will be back at 10:35. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, panel discussion 1 will begin in 3 minutes. I'd like to invite you to return to your seat promptly before we begin. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, panel 1 will begin shortly. I'd like to invite you to please return to the venue.